Hi, class. By now, you know we won't have class on Thursday, January 23rd, because of all the snow and ice. So we're going to shift into online format so we stay on track. What with that impending due date of the final draft of your essay being coming up February 2nd. So this week, we're gonna basically shift into you just working on your own. Like I said in class on Tuesday, that it's pretty easy to do, especially this week, as we covered the body of the essay on Tuesday, looking at that um, sample essay. And what we were going to cover today, or I should say tomorrow, on Thursday, I'll just call it Thursday. I'm making this Wednesday evening. What we were supposed to cover on Thursday in class was introductions and conclusions. So you can do that on your own. And if you come here under your module one in week two, which is where we are, remember, you have this video that I've posted on academic essay structure for 5 paragraph essays. You should really watch it. It's only 7.5 minutes, especially that we don't have class on Thursday. So I do recommend that you spend this short amount of time and watch this video. I think it's helpful. Again, you can review that sample essay. Here is where you're going to post your rough draft. Once you get your rough draft done by Sunday, this is the worksheet on introductions and conclusions. So let's pull that up. Okay, so this is really a combination of doing a worksheet as well as teaching you about the different parts of the introduction and then the conclusion. So the introduction is really made up of 3 parts. The hook, we talked about the hook before. It's that sentence or two that really makes you want to keep reading. If we go back to Sanctuary of School, remember we talked about that hook being when the author says, the first time I ran or I left home or ran away was um, when she was 7. And we talked about why that was important and why that worked as a hook, because it sets up this idea that we're going to see the beginning of a pattern. We're going to learn something about the author. So, step one is your hook. Then you need that bridge that gets you from that hook to the thesis statement. If we go back to our sample essay, the bridge is where that student author was writing about her parents. Remember that whole idea of stopping and smelling the roses was kind of the focus of that sample essay in terms of the connection between all the 3 places. So, in that introduction, the student wrote about her parents and her connection to her parents. That's what you call the bridge. And finally, there's the thesis statement, which you've been working on, which, by the way, you want to go back into your grade book and review my comments on the brainstorming worksheet as well as the thesis statement. Even though you all got good grades, I still gave you a lot of comments on all the different parts. That's why it took me so long. So you want to go back and review some of the suggestions I make for you. So then finally, this worksheet is a combination of informational and interactive. So then we shift into the conclusion. Same thing. You want to summarize those main points. You want to go back and reflect on the significance, and you want to connect it to that introduction somehow. So if we go back to our sample essay, what would really work well is if there was some way of connecting back to that stopping and smelling the roses, learning to pause, learning to take time out. So, again, so this worksheet is there for you to take notes on. I'm not asking for you to submit the worksheet, but it is a helpful worksheet for you to kind of play around with. If you want to submit the worksheet, I recommend that you submit everything that you do at this discussion board. For people who've not done discussion board, oh, look, see, I see someone's already come and submitted something. So you're going to hit create a thread, and then you'll put your name, and then you can use this little add content button to add anything you want, or you can just put it in here in the text box and then hit submit. All right, let me back up. Let's go back to our week 2. So that is due on Sunday night by 11:59. Any questions that you have, please email me. I'm going to be working from home on Thursday, just as you are, trying to get caught up. And I will be, I always have my email open when I'm at my computer. So I'll try to get to your questions as quickly as I can. All right. Have a great day and stay safe.